Hello and welcome back. How do you end up on the most wanted list? Well, if you have a record of committing serious crimes or you are considered a severe threat to society, you will end up on it. The other obvious reason is placing a person on the list will hopefully lead to their capture. Today we are looking at Europe's most wanted people. Please note, if you do see any of these people, do not approach them and call the police. We start off with the UK. 1. Farouk Abdullahak is 30 to 35 years old, around 5'8", with a slim build. In 2008, 23-year-old student Martine Magnusson was found under rubble with her life taken in London. Farouk Abdullahak and Martine both studied at Regent's Business School in London. The 14th of March 2008 was the last time Martine was seen. She was celebrating the end of her exams alongside fellow students and friends. Friends said Abdullahak wanted to host an after party at his flat. Martine, still wanting to party, went along. CCTV shows her leaving the club with him at 2:59 a.m. There are no witnesses from that point. She was found 48 hours later. By this point, he had already taken a flight from the UK to Cairo. He then got on his father's private jet to Yemen. His father was one of the richest and most powerful men in Yemen. He forged an empire of sugar, soft drinks, oil and arms, and was a close friend of a former president. The family lawyers denied he took Martine's life. The UK has no extradition treaty with Yemen, so he was placed on the UK's most wanted list. A BBC journalist got into contact with him in 2022. After building up trust, he told her, "I did something when I was younger. It was a real mistake. I told you my real name. I can't specifically go to the UK for something that happened there. I deeply regret the accident that happened. I regret coming here to Yemen. I should have stayed and paid the piper." She finally asked him whether he would come back to the UK to face the consequences. He said, "I find that the criminal justice system there in the UK is heavily biased. I find that they would want to make an example of me, being a son of an Arab, being a son of someone rich. It's way too late." Unfortunately, he is unlikely to face justice because Yemen and the UK has no extradition treaty, so will remain on the most wanted list. Above, I have put the most recent photos of Farouk Abdullahak. 2. Kevin Parle is 44 years old, a stocky build, and is 6'6". 16-year-old Liam Kelly lost his life in Liverpool in 2004. The following year, 22-year-old Lucy Hargreaves had her life taken while she slept in her home. The police believe that Lucy Hargreaves was a case of mistaken identity, but both were paid hits. Parle was questioned in relation with both, but was released on bail, which he failed to answer. He is a subject of a European arrest warrant in relation to both investigations. The criminal underworld have said to the police that he has since passed away, but the police do not believe this. They believed he has been in Spain's Costa Blanca coast, but there have been hundreds of sightings of him. Most recently, in Australia, West Australian police received a tip-off that he was staying in Perth, with one witness even claiming the pair shared a drink at a waterfront bar, but no arrest has been made. Above shows an image of what he may look like now. 3. Alan Foster is 43 years old. He also goes by the name Sean Wilkinson. He is linked to the Canary Islands and Mallorca and is around 5'8". He is wanted for various offences committed in the UK. He is alleged to have taken the life of David Noddy Rice at Marston Bay Car Park in South Shields on May 24, 2006. Detectives believe that Foster flew to Spain the day after he took the life of David Rice, and he has remained on the run ever since. 4. Derek Ferguson is Scotland's most wanted. He goes by William Murdoch, Henderson and Deco. He is of stocky build and is around 5'2". He was born in Glasgow in 1964. He has green and blue eyes and short balding brown-grey hair. He sometimes grows a beard. He's also missing the top of his left ear and has a number of tattoos on his left arm, including a heart and an arrow and a dagger. He uses a fake Irish accent. Thomas Cameron lost his life in Bishopbriggs, where he worked on June 28, 2007, and the police want to contact Derek Ferguson, also known as Derek McGraw or Henderson, in connection to this. An international warrant is in place for his arrest, with the force believing he may have assumed a new identity in Spain. Crime Stoppers has offered a reward of up to £10,000 for information that leads to his arrest. Above are images of what the police believe he may look like now. 5. Wajus Dahir. John Casey, who is aged 35, lost his life in an attack on Barrack Road on the 16th of January 2015 in Northampton. Dahir was a 21-year-old student at the University of Northampton at the time. It's believed that he returned home to Coventry the day of the crime, and the following day left the country. It's reported that he has lived in Somalia and is thought to have strong links to Kenya. However, it's possible he may have travelled back to Europe, possibly to the UK again or to the Netherlands, where it's understood he has dual nationality. A reward of up to £35,000 is available for information given to Crime Stoppers, leading to his arrest. 6. Jonathan Kelly. Jonathan Kelly is a heavy build with blue and green eyes, with a Scottish accent. He has short hair and occasionally has a beard. It's said that he is a high risk to both police and members of the public. Some of the offences that he was convicted of include assault to severe injury, danger of life, robbery and assault. In one of his cases, he left a victim paralysed. He was convicted and released on bail in September 2013, but did not keep up to his conditions. Police Scotland have got him on a recall to prison to serve his remaining prison sentence. It's believed that he may be hiding in Spain. Now we move on to the most wanted fugitives in other European countries, starting off with Germany. 7. Mansour Ismail is 28 years old and his ethnic origin is North African. He speaks Arabic and German. On July 28, 2022, Terry S. was in a shisha bar and restaurant in Hamburg when two men entered dressed in black and took his life. The police were unable to identify the two men that took Terry S.'s life, but they believe the shot caller was Mansour Ismail. He is believed to be the leader of a huge criminal organisation. Investigators also suspect he is behind another crime. In January 2023, again, two men attempted to take the life of a man while driving through Hamburg. The men fled undetected. It's reported that Terry lost his life because Ismail Mansour had a score to settle. In 2020, he was sentenced to 3 years and 2 months in prison for a separate attack. He never started his sentence. It's reported that he fled to Spain and then to Turkey. A reward of €5,000 is being offered for information leading to his arrest. 8. Garweg Buckard and Ernest Volker Stab. They are wanted by German police. A third accomplice was arrested on the 26th of Feb 2024. They are under investigation for attempting to take someone's life, aggravated robberies, and many other crimes committed in Wolfsburg between 2006 and 2016. They are also wanted for other crimes in different places in Germany from 1999 until 2016. The investigators have stated it's not clear whether the wanted persons are staying in Germany or in other European countries. A reward of €125,000 is offered to any information that leads to either one of their arrests. The most recent sighting of one of the gang members is of Garweg Buckard, who was seen at Berlin train station begging for money this year. 9. Maris Jonkovic is 45 years old and wanted by Latvia. He is suspected of taking the life of a woman with particular cruelty. In 2022, in Latvia, he had been drinking and met a woman. He took her life with particular cruelty. There has been no more recent updates in finding him. When found, Latvian police have said he will receive a life sentence. 10. Leons Ruzins is 54 years old and wanted by Latvia. He speaks fluent Russian as well as Latvian. On the 16th of April 2023 in Latvia, he blocked the road in front of the car driven by his ex-wife's son and ex-wife's mother. He smashed the door window of the car and, in the presence of his minor son and ex-wife's mother, took his ex-wife's life. He fled the scene and his whereabouts has not been known since. He is also wanted on charges with dealing in criminal organisations. When found, Latvian police have confirmed he will receive the maximum penalty possible: life imprisonment. 11. Karim Ouali is wanted by France. He is 47 years old. He can speak Arabic and French. On the 27th of April 2011, he went to work in Bâle Airport in France. He was an air traffic controller. He took the life of one of his colleagues in a brutal way. It's said he was in a psychotic state. After the crime, he fled. Authorities believe he fled to Switzerland. He sent police his mobile phone through the post to throw them off his trail. He then made his way to Hong Kong, where he was jailed briefly in 2014 for forging his passport. From this point to 2016, it seemed like he just disappeared, but French police received a tip in 2018 that he was still in Hong Kong. The latest tip that French police received was in 2021, where he was spotted on an Asian dating site. This is the most recent photo of him above. Authorities believe he is still in Hong Kong. 12. Farid Taloun is wanted by France. He is 51 years old and speaks African and French. He was sentenced to 24 years of prison. He belongs to a criminal organisation that specialises in armed robberies. On June 10, 2005, he participated in taking the life of 2 criminals from a rival gang. In the past, he has escaped by attacking police officers in France and abroad. He has a scar on his forehead and a scar on his right cheek. The French authorities have no idea of his whereabouts currently. 13. Cyril Picard is wanted by France and is 54 years old. He speaks French and Spanish. On the 12th of May 2022, he took the life of his 10-year-old daughter. He has been on the run since that day. After the crime, he headed to Paris, where he tried to burn down his parents' apartment. 2 days later, his van was found. CCTV showed him leaving a supermarket with his dog Tyson. with a backpack. Investigators say he's a good navigator and can live on little resources, and believe he may have fled by sea. 14. Kamil Zyla, wanted by Poland. He is 36 years old. On the night of the 27th of March 2022, he took the life of a journalist. His wife, who had recently left him, was in her car with her new boyfriend when he approached the car and took her new partner's life. He then fled. The Polish police have received no new tips of his whereabouts. 15. Jacek Jaworek is wanted by Poland and is 54 years old. On the 10th of July 2021, he went to his brother's house. He took his brother's wife and their child's lives. As of today, his whereabouts are still unknown. 16. Sally Amet is wanted by Cyprus. In August 2016, 22-year-old Brit George Lowe had his life taken in Ayia Napa, Cyprus. His friend Ben Barker was also attacked but survived. Amet fled to the northern Turkish-controlled part of Cyprus. The Turkish authorities refused to hand him over to the Greek authorities of the island. Most recently, Amet contacted survivor Ben Barker through Instagram, saying going to England won't save you, but also begging him to drop charges so he can travel freely. 17. Giovanni Motisi is 65 years old and is wanted by Italy. He has been a fugitive since 1998 and is known as the nickname Fat Man. He is wanted as a leader member of a mafia-style criminal organisation called Cosa Nostra, as well as for being sentenced to life imprisonment for taking the life of a person. In particular, he was recognised as the perpetrator of taking the life of several members of the Italian police forces in 1985. Above is what he could look like now. Italian police have received no tips of his whereabouts. 18. Sasa Bibic is wanted by Luxembourg. He is 53 years old. On the 19th of April 2023, along with another person, he broke into an apartment in Luxembourg. It was located on the second floor of a residential building, where he attempted to take someone's life before he fled the scene with numerous pieces of stolen jewellery. His whereabouts are still unknown, but he is believed to be in Europe. 19. Renato Sanic Granella is wanted by Italy and is 74 years old. Italian authorities say that he has practically disappeared since 2002. He is wanted for mafia-style criminal association and is said to be someone who took the lives of many people for this organisation. Since 2018, Italian authorities carried out more research and more investigation to try and find him, but so far they have found no results. 20. Amin Quatra is wanted by Denmark. He is 54 years old and is from Afghanistan. On the 1st of June in 2016, he took the life of 31-year-old man Mohammed Sendi. It's believed that he owed Mohammed Sendi money. From that point, there has been no tip-off since. The police believe he may still be in Europe. 21. Abraham Hamid is wanted by Malta and is 43 years old. On the 11th of March 2015, he took the life of Maltese natural Sylvia Muscat, who was 36 years old, in her apartment in St Paul's Bay. He was her ex-partner. He fled Malta the next day. It was confirmed that he took a flight to Italy, but reliable sources informed the Maltese police that a month later he was seen in Dublin, Ireland, which is his last known whereabouts. 22. Felix Omaregi is wanted by Belgium for trafficking. He was sentenced to 12 years of prison and is a leader of a criminal organisation who organised smuggling. They were taken from Nigeria to Italy by his organisation. Once in Italy, they were distributed to several European countries. As the leader, he decided which countries they would be transferred to and collected all income gained. There have been no recent updates on his case, and his whereabouts still remain unknown to the Belgian police. That concludes our cases today. As previously mentioned, if you see anyone we have looked at today, please do not approach them and contact the authorities. Contact details will be in the description. Thanks for watching. Until next time.